The subject is Computer Architecture and Organization. This is unit number 4, Input Output Organization. Lecture number 4. The topic is DMA, Direct Memory Access. Myself Maneesh Singhal, Assistant Professor, Department of Computer Science and Information Technology, Arya College of Engineering and Information Technology. Content: Direct Memory Access, DMA. Direct memory access. In the direct memory access, the interface transfer the data into and out of memory unit through the memory buses. The transfer of data between a fast storage device such as magnetic disk and memory is often limited by the speed of the CPU. Removing the CPU from the path and letting the peripheral devices manage the memory buses directly would improve the speed of transfer. This transfer technique is called direct memory access, DMA. During the DMA transfer, the CPU is idle and has no control of memory buses. A DMA controller takes over the buses to manage the transfer directly between the input-output device and memory. Direct memory access, DMA. The CPU may be placed in an ideal state in a variety of ways. One common method extensively used in microprocessor is to disable the buses through special control signals such as bus request (BR) and bus grant (BG). These two control signals in the CPU that facilitates the DMA transfer. The bus request (BR) input is used by the DMA controller to request the CPU. When this input is active, the CPU terminates the execution of the current instruction and places the address bus, data bus, and read write lines into a high impedance state. The high impedance state means that the output is disconnected. This is the diagram of the DMA, direct memory access. CPU buses signal from DMA transfer. There are two inputs, bus request and bus grant. There are address bus, data bus, read signal, write signal. When high impedance disable, then BZ is enabled. The CPU activates the bus grant output to inform the external DMA that the bus request BR can now take control of the buses to conduct memory transfer without processor. When the DMA terminates the transfer, it disables the bus request BR lines. The CPU disables the bus grant BG, take control of the buses and return to its normal operation. The transfer can be made in several ways that are DMA brushed, and second is cycle stealing. What is DMA brushed? In DMA brushed transfer, a block sequence consisting of a number of memory words is transferred in continuous brushed while the DMA controller is master of the memory buses. Cycling stealing allows the DMA controller to transfer one data word at a time, after which it must return control of the buses to the CPU. The DMA controller needs the usual circuit of an interface to communicate with the CPU and input-output device. The DMA controller has three registers: address register, word count register, and third is control register. What is address register? The address register contains an address to specify the desired location in memory. Second is word count register. WC holds the number of words to be transferred. The register is increased and decreased by the after the each word transfer and initially internally tested for 0. Control register specifies the mode of the transfer. The unit communicates what is DMA controller? The unit communicates with the CPU via the data buses and control lines. The register in the DMA are selected by the CPU through the address bus by enabling the DS. DS means DMA select and RS means register select input. The RD means read and WR means write input are bidirectional. When the BG, it means bus grant input is 0, the CPU can communicate with the DMA register through the data buses to read from or write to the DMA registers. When BG is equal to 1, the DMA can communicate directly with the memory by specifying an address in the address buses and activating the RD or WR control. This is the diagram of the DMA controller. There are data bus buffer, there are address bus buffer, there are address register, word count register and control register. The internal buses are connected through the different data bus buffer and address bus address register, word count register and control register. To input device DMA request and DMA acknowledgement. There are DMA select, register select, read, write, bus request, bus grant and interrupt. What is DMA transfer? The CPU communicates with the DMA through the address and data buses. As with any interface unit, the DMA has its own address which activates the DS and RS lines. The CPU initializes the DMA through the data bus. Once the DMA receives the start control command, it can transfer between the peripheral and the memory. When VG is equal to 0, RD and WR input lines allow the CPU to communicate with the internal DMA register. When VG is equal to 1, the RD and WR are output lines from the DMA controller to the random access memory to specify the read or write operation of data. This is the brief summary. In the direct memory access, it means DMA, the interface transfer the data into the output of memory unit through the memory buses. Thank you.